Dear student, welcome to my online class. I am Ahmad Al Mohsin, lecturer, Department of English, Mohanganj Government College. Today I will present you a class on narration or speech. First time we have to know what is speech. Let's start. Speech, a formal address of or the ability to express thoughts and feelings by articulate sounds. Generally we know there are two kinds of speeches, direct speech and indirect speech. Before I Today I will present before you how to change a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. As we generally know, there are three kinds of tenses, and present tense, past tense and future tense. And each tense has its four parts and total sum up is 12 tenses. But for speech or narration, we have to need three tenses: simple present, simple past, and past perfect. For easy solution for a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech, we need cases or pronoun. Let's start with a example. Here we see Kamal said to Arif, I am working with you. You also see that there are two parts in a sentence. Which sentence is out of inverted comma is called a reporting verb, and which is in the reported speech, inverted comma is called a reported speech. The pronoun which is in the inverted speech, that is reported speech, is changes according to the speaker or the reporting subject. And second person changes according to the object of the reporting verb. Here you see that Kamal said to Arif, I am working with you. This part is assertive sentence. Whenever we change an assertive sentence into indirect speech, then we find the solution. Kamal told Arif that the joining part is also that I. Here I is the first person. The first person should change according to the subject of the reporting verb, that is I. Here we see I is the subjective case. Subjective case always changes from the row of the subjective case. Here we change I into he. That is, we use he instead of I in the indirect speech. And tense, that is M, is present tense. Present tense also, tense is also follow the tenses of the reporting verb. Here we see the reporting verb is in past tense. That is, present tense changes into past tense. Here we find am into was working. A few moments ago I said that you, that is second person in the inverted speech, changes into the object of the reporting verb. Here Arif, that is you means Arif, that is you here find object, as Arif is the object. If we notice in the chart, then you is the subjective case and you also is the objective case. Here you is Arif, that is object. Whenever Arif is the third person, we can use he, but here Arif is object, we have to use him instead of you. That is the solution. Kamal told Arif that he was working with him. Our next sentence. Here we see an interrogative sentence in the inverted speech, in the reported speech. Sorry, in inverted comma. Here is the reported speech is yes no question. Whenever we change, then we can write Kamal instead of said to. We use asked Arif, as it is a yes no question. We can use if or whether. Then subject you, second person, and here that you is identified you. That means subject. Here you is the second person changes into the object of the reporting verb. Here we find Arif. That you is subject, so we use as subject he instead of you. R also follows the reporting verb. Here R is present tense and simple present, or said is simple past. So R changed into where. But here is the subject is he, so we have to write was. He was here. In direct speech, in direct speech here turns into there in indirect speech. So he was there. That is the an yes no question. If we see another example for an interrogative sentence, then we study. Kamal said to Arif, that is an interrogative sentence, and it starts with what? We changes an indirect speech, then we can write Kamal. We use asked instead of said to Arif. Then we join what before the reported speech. Then subject if, and is present tense, and said is past tense. Then is turned into past. Here, that is an imperative sentence. Whenever we changes, we say Kamal. We write Kamal instead of said to. We use in an interrogative. In an imperative sentence. Ordered, requested, or advised. Then we use to adjoining clause to. Then we find Kamal ordered, requested, or advised. Arif to do it. That's whenever we find the solution for an indirect speech. Then direct speech changes into indirect. Then we use in an imperative sentence Kamal ordered, requested, or advised instead of said, or say, yeah, says, then to plus verb. That's the main characteristics of an imperative sentence, that to plus verb. If we see another sentence, that is operative sentence, and the same example, that is imperative, that is an operative sentence. Then we can write Kamal, instead of say to, we write prayed. Then we use that as joining clause you. That is second person changes according to the reporting object. Arif. Kamal prayed Arif that he may. That is, we can define it as present tense. Then said is past tense. Then may turned into might. That is simple past. He might live long. Our next example for an exclamatory sentence. This is an exclamatory sentence. Then we say, we write Kamal, instead of say to, we say exclaimed we. That is hurrah. That is a subject of joy or enjoy. We can write exclaimed with joy. We use that as joining clause. Hurrah we omitted. We own the match. We is first person. First person changes according to the speaker or subject. That is, here subject is Kamal. Kamal identifies he, but he is a singular. But we see we is plural. We always change whenever a subjective case changes, then it changes from the subjective row or subjective box. We turned into he, but we is plural and he is singular. Then here the plural number of he is there. Then we can use, or we have to use there instead of we. Own is past tense and say is past tense. The verb of the reported speech should follow the verb of the reporting verb. Whenever the verb of the reported speech is past tense and the reporting verb is also the past tense, then the verb of the reported speech should be changed into past perfect. Then the subject clause, the structure subject plus head plus past participle format of the verb. We had owned the match. This is the 5 sentences category. There are some other rules for speech or narration. Here you small instructions for easy solution for speech or narration. You can see on the whiteboard. Whenever there is no in a direct speech, then we turn no replied in the negative. When there is yes, we can write replied in the affirmative. If there is sir, then we use instead of sir respectfully, politely, or with respect. Sometimes we notice in a direct speech that somebody's name that is or called Lord or God. Then please see the example. Oh Lord, bless us. Here we use he instead of saying addressing. Addressing as Lord. Bless here is an imperative sentence, so we have to use to as joining clause. To bless and us. That is first person. The first person of the reported speech changes according to the speaker. Here the speaker is third person, then us changes into third person, but us is plural and he is singular, so us turn into them. Please note the sum instruction, that is very essential. Whenever the content is universal truth, then the reported speech should never be changed. I repeat, whenever the content is universal truth or real truth, then the reported speech in an indirect speech should never be changed. Please note the sum instruction. You never use, or you should never use second person in indirect speech. Whenever you use second person in indirect speech, then you think that you should bear in mind that you run into a wrong path or wrong way. My classes is in an ending situation. Here you have some questions. If you have some questions, then inbox me. Here I can say you that due to corona pandemic, we have to take classes through online for your benefit, or decreases your problem. If you join our classes, then you will get some benefits. You know that in an online classes, so we cannot deliver the whole method for any topic, but we try our level best to deliver something, whatever you need. Next time we will take another classes on narration, that is in a short period. You cannot identify what I say is, but day to day or in the course of time, we try to convince you what is the speech, and if we practice on live, then you will get more benefited. Thanks to join my classes. Stay home, stay safe, and stay connected with us. Bye.